This is Giovanni Di Stefano for Jurist, a special report, the University of Pittsburgh Law School's website, and also for Studio Legale Internazionale of Rome. Now, this is an update on the situation with regard to Mr. Majid, better known as Chemical Ali. Now, the situation still is that he is in Camp Cropper and has not been delivered to the Iraqis for execution. And there is some concern with regard to the legalities and matters that we have raised. But there's another key issue which we as trial lawyers perhaps should have mentioned during the trial process, perhaps even during the appellate process. And certainly it's a matter which we have taken care of at the moment. Now, this is something that is called legitimate expectation. Now, what does that mean? It means this. The question to be asked is, was there a legitimate expectation of all those that surrendered to the Iraqi High Tribunal during the period when Paul Bremner was in charge of the Coalition Provisional Authority and he had abolished the death penalty? Now, that is applicable also, of course, to Saddam Hussein, notwithstanding that he was captured. It's certainly applicable to Barzan al-Takriti, Awad al-Banda. It's applicable to Mr. al-Majid. It was applicable to Taha Yassin Ramadan. It's certainly applicable also to Mr. Rashid and to the other people who have been condemned to death. The question to be asked is this: was there a legitimate expectation of all of those that surrendered during that period when there was no death penalty in not receiving a sentence of death ultimately? Now, that's a matter which me and my colleagues from the Iraqi bar have raised today, the 22nd of October, that we've raised that with the Iraqi High Court and the Iraqi High Tribunal. Now, you may say a little bit late in the day, okay, well, it's better late than never. It's something, as I say, and I have to concede, it should have been dealt with at trial, certainly during the appellate proceedings. It's something that I personally had raised with all of my colleagues, but we just simply felt that it was inappropriate before the certain judges in the Anfel case. And certainly it was wholly inappropriate during the trial of Saddam Hussein in the Dujail matter there, because whatever applications that were made were certainly brushed to one side. So it's very much a legal issue, the legitimate expectation of a defendant who surrenders himself to custody during the time when he or she knows that there is no death penalty, and then a year later the death penalty is restored. Is there a legitimate expectation from that defendant in not being executed? We say yes, and it is something that is enshrined in international jurisprudence, and that's something which will further delay the execution of Mr. al-Majid et al. It's Giovanni Di Stefano.